I'm Johannes. I'm based in Brussels, in Belgium, and I'm the head of collections of the Philippe Vandenberg Foundation. The Philippe Vandenberg Foundation is a foundation that's set up to promote the legacy of the Belgian artist Philippe Vandenberg, who died in 2009. The foundation itself is an initiative of the three children of Philippe Vandenberg, Hélène, Guillaume, and Mo. And our main goals are to conserve the legacy of Philippe Vandenberg, to facilitate research, and to disclose his broad legacy. About our database is that we're in a very specific situation. So we as a foundation, we have a very big collection. So you could say that we work as a museum. We have like 80,000 works that are now in the database, are part of our collection. So we need to manage our collection as a sort of museum, as we do loans to other museums, as each work also has an exhibition history, has a publication history. There are also people related to artworks, for example, other artists Philippe Vandenberg collaborated with. So we needed the tools of a museum collection management system. But on the other hand, we are also a very dynamic organization, meaning that the foundation is supported by the sale of artworks. That's how we survive. Meaning that we also had to have some tools that gallery systems own. For example, we need to know if an artwork is on consignment, which are the prices of artworks, if an artwork is insured. All these things are more related to gallery systems. So I had to look for a system that could combine both. And I think Coeli offered this solution, and specifically, the great versatility of the system allowed us to change the system in this way that we could combine both of best of both worlds. But on the other hand, the pandemic also gave us a lot of time to improve or to reflect about how we want to work with our digital assets. And I think that was sort of an advantage of the pandemic. And it's not only with us. I think a lot of artists also, or foundations, finally had time to look deeper into how they want to work with databases, for example. We had to start looking quite quickly for a new software. And I actually did a quite extensive comparative study of all softwares on the market, and I based myself on the databases that are on the Spectrum website. So Spectrum, it's like the main organization that organizes the metadata, etc. And I found that there they had an interesting overview of all databases, and it allowed me also to compare them quite easily, as each database is described with the same parameters, you could say. So this allowed me to look what we really need, because before, I must say honestly that I didn't have a good overview of all existing databases. Because as I told you before, we are working always in dialogue with other institutes. For example, the University of Ghent. The University of Ghent has its own system, but working with standards, it's easy for us, or it's possible for us to, in a later phase, do a synchronization, for example, with the database system of the University of Ghent. So in that way, specifically in thinking about collaborations with other institutes, thinking about in a later phase also opening up the database to a bigger audience. I think it's one of the most important things, and also in terms of digital sustainability, and that we don't have to change our fields on the long term, because I think when you migrating to a database to another system, it's really time intensive and can be very stressful. So it's something you only want to do once, and then you want to do it good. So that's why these standards are also very useful. Let's say, first of all, I think a big advantage, of course, is a workflow, in the sense that everyone can access the tool online and can make changes. Also, for example, working with interns that often work from home, it's very useful that they can change it from a distance, and that they don't have to be in the studio all the time, because it can be very cold in here. Secondly, as another big improvement is or collaboration with institutes or people that want to acquire an artwork. And then I'm talking about the possibility of Coeli to create these micro websites. We can send over selections to specific curators, for example. So also in terms of working with different institutions, it's a very convenient software. And then, yeah, also, but these are more basic things maybe, but things that were an improvement to us that we didn't have before is the possibility to, for example, bulk changes in your data, and that's something we weren't even able to do before. So these are things I immediately think about when think about the advantages of Coeli. But then there's also the fact that, of course, you have the possibility of uploading high resolution images. That's also such a nice thing, and something that's not at hand at each software. So that's also a great improvement, and a lot of success with gathering soon.